Hello everyone. So today I'd like to show you how I'll go through my neuroanatomy study and what are the tools I use to study. First is I use my study tracker. This is inspired by Dr. Ali Abdal. You can check his channel. So on this study tracker, you'll see the list of topics that I have to cover for a specific exam. And for our exam this coming Tuesday, August 11, we have to cover the ones on the first column. And on this tracker, you'll see a legend wherein it will show you how much understanding you have for that specific topic. So if the cell is tagged as white color, then it's zero progress. You haven't touched that specific topic at all. If it's tagged as red, then meaning I only went through a breeze through or skim through it, go through the entire specific section of a topic, but I did not really understand it yet. If it's tagged as orange, then it means I only have minimal understanding about the topic. Yellow, somewhat, I understand it, meaning I've read maybe twice about that specific topic. And if it's in green, then I can somehow explain that to you, or I was able to really grasp what the topic is all about. Luckily, I have somewhat covered the topics that we'll have this coming Tuesday, and I still have to go through and review specific topics, especially the ones tagged in yellow, about the cerebrospinal fluid, about the layers of central nervous system, parts of the brain, there. So I just have to go through it once or twice before our exam. If you notice, there are dates. So these dates suggest that I have read or when I last read this specific topic. So I will know how long was that, or if I have to read again, because the last time I read was only last July 5. So though it's in green, but it was a while ago since I browsed through the topic. Ideally, I could have placed the number of instances I reviewed that specific topic here. I'm sorry about the chickens. It's early in the morning, my time. Anyway, I also track the tools that I've used to better understand a topic. So in my case, I use Anki, and I also use supplemental videos. My go-to videos would be Sam Webster, Dr. Sam Webster, and I also go through Dr. Najeeb and Geeky Medics, also Ninja Nerds YouTube videos. So here's an example of a YouTube video from Dr. Najeeb. His videos are really intensive. It's really long, like 55 minutes to 2 hours per topic. What he do is he'd really repeat what he's discussing, review to you what he's discussing, even let you identify what he's pointing. That's why it's really long. Compared to Geeky Medics videos, in their case, what I like about them is they will show you 3D visuals of a specific part. Okay, let's try Geeky Medics. Geeky Medics give you a summary of or a table of contents of the specific video. At this time, I'm looking at the venous drainage of the brain. So with them, they have a 3D picture of the parts. So it's like there.
So the great cerebral vein has two major sets of tributaries.
Okay, that's a sample. That's what I like about them. And you can access this website for free. So once I went through all the supplementals, And of course, we have to go through the references. Our professor gave out PowerPoint presentations for these topics. I'll use this as my guide, but I'd prefer to go through the actual reference. So at the end of the slide, our professor will give us the actual reference he used to make the slide. So of course, for you to better understand the topic, then we have to read the reference there. And for our reference, we use more clinically oriented anatomy. So this time I'm using the 7th edition. So while I read the reference, I prefer to take down important topics and I even write down notes. Also, if I have to make a drawing of my own, then I do my own drawing. It's better if you can really visualize and you write it down, what you understand. That's part of the active learning process, I guess, that you review on your own right after you read through all the references. And for you to really review or test yourself, then we can go through online quizzes, just like what I have here. This one is from the med.utah.edu, so they give you sample quizzes. For example, let's take a look: cranial nerves and the circle of Willis. So we'll give you 6 practice questions, and the questions has actual pictures, which is really good. Like for this specific question, if the optic nerve 2 or olfactory tract is interrupted, will it generate? Of course, it will not regenerate. There, it will give you the answer that you are correct. Let's go to the next question. What lies directly above the tentorium? So I know that tentorium is at the posterior, and it's called tentorium because it looks like a tent and it's covering the cerebellum. And cerebellum is also at the back, which is part of the occipital lobe. So it should be the occipital lobe. There. But if ever you get the wrong answer, it will give you an explanation why it's wrong and even the actual picture of the part. Like, yeah, it's wrong. Although the parietal lobes are supratentorial, the occipital lobe lie directly above the tentorium. It's great. And there's a lot of websites that you can visit that will give you sample quizzes. Then you can test yourself right after you study a specific topic. Another go-to tool that I have is my Anki. So see, I have a lot of decks due, and I'm focusing specifically on the neuroanatomy section. I will show another video how I came up with my Anki decks, how I create my own decks. Anyway, you'll see a lot of sample videos in different channels. So me, I got the idea from, of course, my idol Ali Abdal and Dr. Aura. Yep, please visit their channels too, because they'll give you a thorough step-by-step guide how to create your own Anki decks. So for now, that's it. So hopefully I get a passing mark for this exam on Tuesday. Wish me luck. Thank you.